Okay, so good morning and welcome to our Tuesday meditation. We've had some nice rain and see the grass greening up. A lot of green trees around us. We've got a bit of sunshine and a bit of cloud today. It's a very pleasant temperature. There's three of us in the room and we welcome you. We welcome that presence of your soul that will be here if you are looking at this after the event. You are most welcome. So enjoy. So make the choice to meditate. Speak to your body consciousness and explain to it that this is what you are doing. Treat your body consciousness as a life that has a somewhat independent existence, as a consciousness for your earthly vehicle. Slightly independent existence from that part of your mind, your awareness, your uh, fragment of soul that is listening to me, that is using the earthly vehicle to sense and act. So I always invite my earthly vehicle to be a willing participant within the meditation. And I try to explain that this is for the good of all the lives that exist within this vehicle. And that if we work together in a coherent, coordinated way, then we all evolve. We all learn to exist and increasingly create the conditions together that will promote soul contact, that will eventually lead to the union of the soul with the earthly material, the earthly vehicle. So during every meditation, it is good to invite and welcome and encourage and see this as an exercise in creating union within. And we can use our breath to help our earthly vehicle to be relaxed and calm and still. So as we breathe in relaxation or calmness or stillness. And we breathe out that which is not relaxation, calmness and stillness. This allows us to condition to some degree our earthly vehicle, using our consciousness and our intent and our executive function within the life that we are on the earth plane. So I invite you and your earthly vehicle to relax and enjoy a period of renewal, quietness, healing, rest. All these things are valuable for our earthly vehicle and valuable within the context of meditation. To allow your peacefulness to deepen. Help your earthly vehicle to find the deepest experience of peace that it can. Over time, we can get better at this, we can get faster at this. The speed is not of the essence. It can be a valuable asset when required. Father, Mother, God, Creator of all things, we ask for blessings on this meditation. We ask that we be guided. We ask that we be supported. We ask that we be surrounded by those beings of the light that can add value to this meditative time, that can contribute to our well-being or our contemplation. These beings of the light from all the places, times, dimensions, and realms are most welcome. We acknowledge their wisdom, we acknowledge their unconditional love. We acknowledge their connection with the will of God. We acknowledge the role that they play in assisting the evolution of life on this earth. Not the least of which being the evolution of humans. To contemplate the question, what am I doing here? The question that can be used in a range of situations, aimed at a range of levels. If we ask the question seriously and contemplate the answer, over time we may glean benefits. To contemplate the primary reason, the underlying purpose of the question is to engage us with life. Our life revolves around a series of actions, thoughts, and decisions and choices which lead us to be in certain places at certain times, doing certain things. So the question itself, if we take it seriously, engages us with the moment that is the result of choices, actions, feelings, decisions, thoughts, ideas. We may have been directed, we may have allowed ourselves to be led, we may have led other people. So whatever it is at the moment that we are in constitute, we can look at this from the level of personality in the earth plane. And we can look at it more existentially on a higher level. So it has a time frame, context. Existentially, we may be looking at what am I doing here in this incarnation, in this life. We can be looking at it from that level. So it encapsulates the whole of our life. It may encapsulate a lesser period of our life, such as a family circumstance, an employment circumstance, a learning circumstance, a spiritual circumstance that plays out over a longer period of time. So an association with a group, an organization, a set of people, a person. And then we may look at the question, what am I doing here, from the perspective of what am I doing right here, right now? And it may have implications for the higher levels, the broader context. And it is still a question of value. So just contemplate. So I ask that you allow yourself to ask this question. Give yourself permission to inquire. Give yourself permission to expect that we may not know all the answers, and we may not know why fully. We may have many things at play within our inner being that lead us to do certain things. And it may be that we don't always understand the full nature of all these things. In fact, it is highly likely that we don't. It is highly likely that we do not fully understand. And this is why the question is so valuable. What am I doing here? Contemplate that often in life it is things like inertia and other people's opinions and belief systems and triggers that are buried within us that lead us to do what we do. contemplate that the more we know, the more we inquire, the more we delve into the deeper aspects of who we are, the closer we will get to being fully comfortable, fully apprised, fully understanding and fully knowing of what I am doing here. Allow yourself to do the simplest one. What am I doing here? What are you doing here meditating? Why am I here? What are the reasons for me being specifically here in this moment? Do they outweigh, in the end, the value of being somewhere else? While I am here, what am I doing? In any moment, in any situation, there is a range of ways that we can use that moment. Even once we have decided to sit and meditate in this space at this time, how am I using that time? What am I doing here in this moment? Contemplate that there are a range of ways that we can use the question, what am I doing here? To uncover and to add light, to add realization and enlightenment, understanding and knowing to the task that we have of knowing thyself. Every situation that we are in can help us to explore who we are so that we know ourselves a little more. One of the ways that we do this is to express ourselves in whatever moment, whatever circumstance, whatever experience we are in. We can be contemplating who we are and asking the question, why am I here? If you come up with an answer, ask yourself, why do I think that? Why do I feel that? So we can follow the process of exploring and asking. And the other side of the process is just being. It's choosing to be someone, the highest expression of yourself in a moment, and experiencing that moment so that we may see what happens. Look at our responses and reactions, our feelings, our thoughts, all the aspects of what happens in this example while you are meditating. What you feel, what you see. You have chosen to be a spiritual person, or you have chosen to be someone finding peace. Why am I here? What am I doing here? What am I doing here? Why am I doing it here? Every moment, every activity, every place that we choose to put ourselves is an opportunity to do more exploration, to express who we truly are and watch and learn and contemplate. So contemplate that each individual moment often rests inside a longer pattern of activity. It's highly likely that we have meditated here before. We've done this a number of times. And it's not just a one-off that won't happen again. So contemplate, what am I doing here in this broader context? What am I searching for more broadly? What am I reason for doing what I am doing? Does it align with who I believe I am? So in every context, it is highly valuable to truly be who you are. And then see what happens. Did I enjoy that? Did I feel good? Did I hurt somebody's feelings? Did I do it well? How do I feel about all the answers to all those questions? So do the little micro moments of activity fit into the longer pattern and make sense? What am I doing here? So contemplate this question at the broadest level, or approaching the broadest level. Why am I living this life? What am I doing here? Why am I here? And what am I doing here? Why am I here? Am I a random piece of manifesting fluke? Is there a purpose? Is there a higher power that has placed me here? How long am I here and what does it look like? What is it that I believe? What do I truly know? I an accident? Or am I purposefully placed here? Whatever it is that I believe, ask yourself, what am I doing here? Given that the why I'm here is either an accident or an intention or a combination of both. What am I doing with that? What am I doing here? What am I trying to do with this opportunity in whatever way we believe it has been presented? What am I doing here? And so does the meditation and the longer pattern that the meditation fits into. Do these things fit into what am I doing here? Is there a coherent linking? Is there a coherent logical line between the meditation that we are doing here through the longer pattern of possible spiritual exploration, possible healing from some other trauma, possible questioning of existence? Does this line have a logical coherence to all these questions in some way contribute to the quest to know thyself? To contemplate. Do you wish to know thyself? Do you have an impulse or a desire or an urge or a drive to know who and what you are? This in itself tells us something about ourselves. Contemplate that the answers will look different from everyone. Contemplate that what we would encourage is the underlying idea. Stay aware and engaged with life. The question, what am I doing here, can help keep us engaged and aware and allow us to use this engagement to further our exploration of knowing ourselves. It is a surefire 100% dead certainty that there is no person walking around on this earth that 100% knows themselves. But there are a substantial number who believe they do. And so they will not believe they need to know themselves or add information or to ask the question, what am I doing here? For those people that do understand that there are aspects of themselves that they do not understand, this is the method, or a method. This is a way of being, an approach to life that can support the evolution of our understanding of who we are and our growth into more of who we are. Take more time after this meditation. Consider and contemplate the ideas, the concepts, the merit and value of asking the question, what am I doing here? Why am I here? And can I follow this line of questioning so that I may know myself? And so lead myself down a path of greater meaning, greater understanding, greater knowledge, greater capacity to live the fullest life. I thank those beings of the light that support our meditation. We really appreciate all that you do to help us to uncover the mysteries of ourself and the mysteries of our existence as humans on this earth. Father, Mother, God, Creator of all things, we thank you for this time. Thank you for the mechanisms by which we can contemplate these things, the gifts of intellect and emotions, our physicalness and our spiritual nature. We honour the divine in all. Thank you.